Delft is a very scenic place, and it looks like a theater, like a stage almost. And that's what I like. It's very stylized, very idyllical. Nosferatu, in my opinion, is the most important film ever made in Germany. So this is some sort of a challenge. And it establishes some sort of a link between the great expressionist cinema that we had in Germany and our film renaissance now. It is a film that is beyond my own private person. I think it is necessary, since we are a fatherless generation, to have some sort of a continuity in film history.
The plague! The plague! What are you doing here?
I know the reason for all this evil. I know the reason for all this evil.
For the first time, movie itself, with its principles and its laws and its grammar, is subject to some extent for me. For the first time I do a genre film, and I follow the laws of the genre. And that, of course, is a difficulty and a challenge for me. But more than anything else, it is a question of establishing a link between the great legitimate German cinema of the 20s. I personally see filmmaking as athletic work. I want to work with my body, and that gives me an instinct for this whole space that you see here. And I don't like to shoot in an open space that I have not experienced with my body. It has to do with not only with performing of some work, it is also something that has to do with one's existence. And if that is not too easy, then of course filmmaking is not too easy, and it causes pain. All my films, maybe if you have seen any, come out from pain. That's the source. That's where they come from, not from pleasure. You should not count the difficulties. You should not count the money. You should not count the extras. What counts is what you see from the screen, nothing else.
97 U2, 97 S4, 49 D2, 97 U8, 200 C1. Jetzt kommst du wieder rein. Noch ein Stückchen.
Ah, ich bin noch immer draußen. Aha.
Schau dir die Kamera an. Schau dir die
noch
Kamera
mehr, ich weiß schon.
gerichtet. Und hier, ich sag dir dann auch, wenn du zu weit... Und dann stehst du hier eine Weile und dann würdest du dich langsam so im Krebsgang so hinüber mogeln.
Ja, und das du meinst?
Und hier ist die Phase, wenn du da bist, da sehe ich dich jetzt nicht, da musst du mit einem ziemlichen Schwung hinüber.
Also bis hier bin ich noch sichtbar, ja? Bis hier bin ich sichtbar, ja?
Ja, bis hier ist er noch voll
Ich sehe
sichtbar.
die Kamera, ja.
Nicht ganz so hoch, ja. So, weißt du, ganz leicht,
Ja,
während du
natürlich,
gehst.
Es sind, also hier bin ich immer noch, wenn ich über den Balken bin,
Ja,
immer noch
dann
da.
verschwindest du erst.
Okay, what do you want us to...
To rehearse the dialogue so that they say it correctly.
A little bit of blood.
And then a big laughter, of course. Yes. And then it would be good.
It would be good to get out.
Yeah, but then you would already walk down. You will see I will give the signal immediately because we shoot secretly and they do not know that we do it. So we are very calm, very quiet, and I give a secret signal to one man on the boat and then they start to work.
Why do you want to make it this way?
Because extras always look like extras, but this way they look like people who work.
Botanical display. Open one of them. I want to make sure. This one.
It's me because I'm Nosferatu in the Nosferatu picture. So my answer is Nosferatu is me. It's real, Nosferatu, like many other things.
I was 14, 15 when I started, but I tried to find producers for my films and it was always humiliations and setbacks and everyone kicked me out of his office. Oder soll ich weggehen? Dass ich dann einfach da Richtung Platz. I really started when I was 19. I did my first film at the age of 19, but I had to work for 2 years in a steel factory at night shift to have the money for doing it. But I started in 35mm immediately because I wanted to be a professional. And 16mm Super 8, that is all some sort of amateurish fooling around. I thought if I had failures, if I fall at my face, I want to fall that hard that I do not recover, or I make it.
If you are something, of course, automatically you believe in it, but you haven't to point it out so much. You believe in it. Otherwise, I would never accept it if it wouldn't be in me, and if I couldn't feel the metamorphosis.
Breng ze nog. Helemaal. Die praten los.
Ja, Isabel, Sie müssen früher stoppen, vielleicht hier schon. Nicht mehr zurück.
What are you doing here, you fool? Why are you stealing furniture?
Weer teruggaan, meneer Prima, meneer Veld.
I look as I have to look. If I wouldn't look as I have to look, I wouldn't accept it.
Ton. 3D2.
Count Dracula sent me a letter from Transylvania. He wants to buy a house here. Of course, it's an enormous trip to see him.
Where is that? Over the Carpathian Mountains, isn't it?
Yes.
Ich brauche ihn auch nur so ein bisschen Rücken, dann ist der Abstand kleiner.
You don't think about it's nice or it's not nice. It's how it has to be.
I'm 35. This is the 18th film I'm making now. I'm not on the other side of the river yet. I want to make once a film as good as Murnau's film, or one film like Griffith has done, or one film like Semlia by Dovzhenko, or one film of Kurosawa, and then I will say that's it, enough.
Finde ich das war einmalig.